There are just so many ways. So my name is Suzi Q Smith. I'm a black poet. I refuse to remain silent while this nation murders black people with impunity. And I have a right to be angry.
Yes.
Um, so this poem is called Night Doctors. A recent survey of medical students in the U.S. revealed that most of them believe that black people don't feel as much pain as white people. Doctors are routinely reluctant to treat pain in black patients. And you wonder why we don't trust doctors. See Tuskegee. Western medicine is built on the theft of black bodies, the robbing of graves, the experimenting on the enslaved, carving, testing, sweating black bodies to understand illness. For centuries, they routinely sold black people to doctors and hospitals as experiments. How do you call black people animals while carving our bodies to understand your own anatomy? And you wonder why we don't trust you. More and more of my homegirls been given birth at home. See J. Marion Sims, the father of gynecology. He owned and operated on 14 different black women with no anesthesia. See Fannie Lou Hamer and thousands of other black women, including my auntie, who were sterilized against their will. My grandmother worked as a surgical technician at the same hospital for over 30 years. When I take her to the doctor now, they talk to her like she's stupid. When most of us go to the doctor now, they talk to us like we're liars. When my cousin had a stroke, my family had to keep a 24-hour watch so that the hospital wouldn't kill her. Meanwhile, the entire medical field is built on black bodies. Black bodies been saving lives since before this country was a country. Black bodies have cured cancer. See Henrietta Lacks and the cells they stole from her. See the black prisoners in Philadelphia's Holmesburg prison, where Dow Chemical paid to test potential carcinogens on them until the 1970s. See Eb Cade and the other black people who were injected with plutonium and uranium during the 1940s to test the effects of radiation on humans. Say humans. Are we human now? Once you have sliced us open and compared the colors of our innards. During a remodel of the Georgia Medical School in 1989, they found nearly 10,000 bones under the earth floor, nearly all of them belonging to black bodies. Say black bodies. Black bodies are the reason a lot of y'all are breathing. I want to say something about vampires. I want to say something about cannibals. I want to say something about humans. Do you know that we are human? Have you opened up enough of us to know our hearts? See how I perform this surgery on myself right now. See how open and bloody I can be. See how human. Say human. Say my body is worth every ounce of your body. I have lived with chronic illness since I was a child. The last time I went to the doctor, he said I just needed to get more cardio, said nothing of the pain that prevents it, was clear in his assertion that there was nothing more he could do for me. After I resisted him pressing his genitals against me during the examination, I left his office through a waiting room filled with other poor black people on public health care, with a prayer for every one of them, knowing for sure that prayer's been the best medicine my people have ever had. A little bit fresh, so I wrote that one about a week ago. So this next one has been a work in progress for a long time, and it will remain a work in progress because unfortunately it has to remain in a perpetual state of edit. I would love to never have to read this poem again. I would love to never have to edit this poem again. When Chris Dorner trained his gun on the LAPD, when he released a manifesto addressed to America, subject last resort, we knew it was clearly a suicide note. I take no joy in the blood on his hands, nor his burnt body, but it comes as no great shock in the throes of PTSD that some policemen look like overseers even now. So yes, when he quoted D.H. Lawrence, I never saw a wild thing feel sorry for itself. When he said he exhausted all other options, I wanted to tell him to run. Not because he was innocent, but even the foreshadow of defeat is enough to awaken the adrenaline when your bones remember the burning. I wanted to tell him to run, not for himself, nor his own iron hands, but for Fred Hampton and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. and Amadou Diallo and Troy Davis and Trayvon Martin and Paul Childs and Ramarley Graham and Sean Bell and Oscar Grant and Rakia Boyd and Timothy Stansbury and Orlando Barlow and Aaron Campbell and Victor Steen and Stephen Washington and Alonzo Ashley and Wendell Allen and Ayanna Jones and Ronald Madison and Marvin Booker and James Brissett and John Crawford III and Eric Garner and Barbara Dawson and Mike Brown and Tamir Rice and Walter Scott and Cameron Tillman and Eric Harris and Sandra Bland and Alton Sterling and Philando Castile and Alva Brazil and so many more names that I will never know. And I did not know any of these people, but damn if they couldn't have all been my family. And I know they say it's not a war, but damned if I don't feel like an insurgent sometimes. And no, I have never killed anyone, but have long since admitted that I could. I mean, America, you got big guns. I ain't scared though, not with this working boom. America, you thought the Black Panther free breakfast program was scary. You ain't met me yet. I mean, we've been through a lot, America. I think that now for every one of our children you allow to be murdered, I will make two with brothers Gully as they come, all grit and swagger and knuckle and earth and gleam, beards all unapologizing, brothers who won't smile at you, brothers who ain't never been afraid of you, brothers who smell just like the sun. We will raise our babies together like militia ticking. We will detonate them on your college campuses, at your job, in your neighborhood. We will suck up all the financial aid. We will teach Fred Hampton in the classroom until his blood can stop screaming. You don't want it with we, America. We, black mothers, are angry as ever, are fertile as ever, and unafraid of our children. You don't want it with me, America. We will take over all the schools and send your daughters home smiling like Patty Hearst, America. You feeling me now? You feeling me now? I might even have your babies, America. They will be black too, America. This is a war, America. I will send all my sons to your corners. You will be needing their light, America. This is no manifesto. This is a love poem. Making love is the only way I know how to save you. Your hatred and fear are a cancer. Your teeth are rotting from your head, America. Now is the time to call on whatever God you pray to. Give thanks for my brilliant sons. Yes, there will be sons, black sons, and we will call them all Jamal and Rakim, and we will love them. We will love them. We're not dying, America. We will live forever.